Hello, and welcome back to Urban Buzz, the podcast that dives into the fascinating, quirky, and often overlooked corners of our world. I'm your host, Zia.
And I'm Avery. It's great to be back for episode 4. Today, we're stepping away from the bustling city streets and into the quiet, dusty aisles of a library or a secondhand bookshop.
That's right. We're talking about something that many people, myself included, find absolutely intoxicating: the smell of old books. Avery, you know what I'm talking about, right? That distinct, almost sweet, musty scent?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of my favorite smells in the world. It's more than just a smell, it's a feeling. It instantly transports me. I remember spending hours in my university's library, not just studying, but wandering through the oldest sections, just breathing it in. It felt like inhaling history.
Inhaling history. I love that. For me, it reminds me of my grandmother's house. She had this old bookshelf packed with paperbacks from the 60s and 70s, and whenever I opened one, that scent would just waft out. It smelled like stories, like comfort.
Exactly. It's comfort. It's a sensory experience that's become almost synonymous with knowledge and nostalgia. But why? Why is this specific smell so universally loved? Is it just a cultural thing, or is there some real science behind it?
Well, today we're going to find out. It turns out it's a fascinating mix of psychology, chemistry, and human history. The first piece of the puzzle is nostalgia, which you mentioned. Our sense of smell is incredibly powerful when it comes to memory.
Right. That's the Proust effect, isn't it? Where a smell can trigger a flood of vivid memories from the past.
Exactly that. It's named after Marcel Proust, who famously wrote about how the taste and smell of a Madeleine cake dipped in tea brought back a rush of childhood memories. The reason for this is physiological.
Okay, so what's happening in our brains?
So the olfactory bulb, which processes smells, has a direct and ancient connection to the parts of the brain that handle memory and emotion, namely the amygdala and the hippocampus. Other senses, like sight or touch, take a more roundabout route, but smell gets a VIP pass straight to the emotional core of our brain.
A VIP pass, I like that. So when we smell an old book, our brain isn't just processing a scent. It's time traveling. It's pulling up every positive association we have with books. The quiet of a library, the excitement of a new story, a parent reading to us at bedtime.
Precisely. For many people, these are formative, positive memories. The book smell becomes a sort of anchor for feelings of safety, discovery, and comfort. It's a very personal yet widely shared phenomenon.
That makes so much sense. But nostalgia is only half the story, right? There's an actual physical reason why old books smell the way they do. It's not just in our heads.
Not at all. And this is where we get into the really cool science. There's even a word for the love of the smell of books: bibliosmia.
Bibliosmia? Of course there's a word for it. That's amazing. So what causes this bibliosmia?
It's the smell of decay, a very slow, very beautiful decay. It all comes down to the chemical breakdown of the paper, the ink, and the adhesives used to bind the book. Hundreds of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, are released into the air as the book ages, creating this unique scent profile.
Okay, so we're literally smelling the book's life cycle. What are some of these compounds?
One of the main culprits is a chemical called lignin. It's a complex polymer present in wood-based paper. As lignin breaks down over decades through a process called acid hydrolysis, it releases all sorts of aromatic compounds. One of the most prominent is vanillin.
Vanillin? As in vanilla? No way. So that faint, sweet vanilla-like note you get from an old paperback, that's real?
It's absolutely real. It's the same compound that gives vanilla beans their distinctive aroma. Modern, high-quality paper often has the lignin removed to prevent yellowing, which is why newer books don't have that same undertone. But older books, especially those from before the 1980s, are rich in lignin.
Mind blown. Okay, so lignin gives us vanilla. What else is in this book bouquet?
Well, then you have the breakdown of cellulose, the primary component of paper. That process can produce sweet, floral, and sometimes grassy notes. You can also detect hints of benzaldehyde, which gives off a faint almond-like scent, and toluene, which can add a sweet, solventy aroma.
Wow, so it's a really complex chemical cocktail. It's not just musty or dusty. It's vanilla, almonds, grass. It's like a perfumer designed it.
It really is. And every book is slightly different depending on the paper quality, the type of ink used, the storage conditions, and its age. It's a unique aromatic fingerprint of that book's history. Scientists can even use this chemical signature to determine a book's age and condition without damaging it. They call it material degradomics.
That is so cool. So they can literally sniff out a book's past. This makes me think about the flip side, the smell of new books. That's a whole different experience, isn't it? It's incredible to think that a book's smell is a readable chemical story. To help us decipher that story even further, we're thrilled to welcome a special guest to the show today.
Completely different. While the old book smell is one of organic decay, the new book smell is purely industrial. It's the scent of modern manufacturing.
Right. It's sharp, clean, chemical.
Yep, what you're smelling there is a combination of the chemicals used to make the paper, like sodium hydroxide, the various inks, which contain solvents, and the adhesives used in the binding. It's a much more uniform smell compared to old books.
And people love that smell too. I know I do. Cracking open a brand new hardcover, there's a thrill to it. It smells like potential, a fresh story no one's read yet.
That's a great way to put it. One smells like history, the other smells like possibility. But for me, the richness and complexity of an old book wins every time. It feels more profound.
I think I agree. There's a romance to the old book smell that the new one just can't replicate. Which brings up a bigger point, doesn't it? The entire physical experience of a book is something special.
It's not just the smell, it's the weight of it in your hands, the texture of the paper under your fingertips, the sound of a page turning. It's a full multi-sensory experience that we as a culture have romanticized for centuries.
Totally. An old book feels like an artifact. You might see a handwritten note in the margin, a dog-eared page, or a pressed flower. You're connecting with the object's history and all the readers who came before you. It's a tangible link to the past.
That's something I worry we're losing in the digital age. This leads us inevitably to the great e-book debate. We gain convenience, but what do we lose in the process?
It's the ultimate trade-off. I have to be honest, I love my e-reader. I can carry a whole library in my backpack. It's amazing for travel and for reading in bed without a clunky booklight. The convenience is undeniable.
Oh, the convenience is a huge selling point. I get it. But it feels sterile. There's no character to a digital file. There's no history, no sensory feedback. You can't smell a Kindle. You can't feel the paper give way as you turn the page.
That's true. The experience is flattened. You don't get that sense of progress you feel when the pages you've read become thicker than the pages you have left. And you definitely can't put an ebook on a shelf to show off your literary taste.
Right. The shelfie is a real thing. Your bookshelf is a reflection of your personality. It's a conversation starter. A digital library is hidden, private, but it's clear people are craving that sensory connection. Have you seen all the products trying to replicate it?
You mean the candles and perfumes? Old library or antique books? I've seen them everywhere. It's fascinating that we're trying to artificially create an experience that we're simultaneously making obsolete.
It shows how deeply ingrained that connection is. We know, logically, that the story is the same whether it's on paper or on a screen, but emotionally, something is missing. We miss the smell, the texture, the object itself.
I think the good news is that physical books aren't going anywhere. Sales have been surprisingly resilient. People seem to want both. They'll use an e-reader for their commute, but they'll still buy a beautiful hardcover edition of a book they truly love.
I hope you're right. I think there's room for both technologies to coexist, but it's a good reminder to appreciate the simple, profound pleasure of a physical book, to take a moment and really engage all our senses with it.
So, to wrap this all up, the reason we love the smell of old books is, well, it's complicated.
It is. It's a perfect storm of brain chemistry, complex organic chemistry, and deep-seated nostalgia. The scent molecules trigger our powerful olfactory memory, connecting us to all the positive emotions we associate with reading.
And at the same time, we're smelling the literal beautiful decay of paper and lignin, which our noses interpret as a pleasant mix of vanilla and almond. It's science and soul all wrapped up in one.
Perfectly put, Avery. So next time you're in a library or a used bookstore, take an extra deep breath. You're not just smelling old paper, you're smelling history, chemistry, and your own memories.
I definitely will. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Urban Buzz.
Join us next time when we explore the secret acoustics of the city and discover how sound shapes our urban experience.
Until then, I'm Avery.
And I'm Zia. Stay curious.